Back over to Chuck Crosby of the Crosby Law Offices. Kayla just bought a new home in Oldham County, and she says in this email, she may have made a mistake, Chuck. She said she did not get a survey before purchasing the home. And Kayla says that she met her neighbor. The neighbor claims that the neighbor owns a corner of the property where Kayla wants to put a pool. And Kayla says she remembers asking the seller of the property where the property boundary lines are in that corner of the property, according to Kayla. And her neighbor, the owner rather, is it's on her land. It's where Kayla owns. So she's wondering now, what can she do? The neighbor
first
says
thing
it's
is
hers.
get a survey. Get a survey.
Right. Okay.
Let's find out if there is an issue. Many neighbors claim back corners. Thing is, property lines aren't always readily observable, and that means that they can, what one person thinks is theirs will change over time. The question I would have is it in a subdivision? If it is, then it's going to be pretty easily determinable. If it's not, still have a surveyor come out and run the boundary lines and find out exactly what the situation is. Now, should she have done it prior to? If she was planning on putting a pool in, yeah, probably would have been a good idea. Did the seller do something wrong by telling her where the property lines are? I'm betting the seller will probably remember having said things like, this is where I think they are, or you should get a survey. Because, I always say a short pencil is better than a long memory any time of the week. The problem is that people will remember things differently, even if, they aren't trying to avoid having made a mistake. Still, it's easy to misremember things. But get the surveyor out there. If the surveyor says that, hey, the property line's in the wrong place, it seems to me that that's pretty, if the size is what's got me puzzled. If looking at it doesn't somehow indicate or give you an idea that the pool will fit, if the neighbor is saying, I have this little portion and that kills the whole deal, my question is, were you going to be able to put a pool in there to begin with? Because there's offset boundaries. Anyhow, I'm just thinking about the codes involved in putting in a pool. The final thing is, if you get the survey done and you find that, maybe you need a little more room, well, talk to the neighbor about an easement. That happens fairly frequently. But yeah, certainly should have done the survey ahead of time. Doing it now lets you know where you stand, and then you can figure out the solution.
Hey, we do bi-monthly video updates and more. If you want to go and see them, you can go to www.WeSellLouisville.tv. That's WeSellLouisville.tv. We're going to take a break. When we come back, so what do you set your temperature thermostat at during the winter? We have an answer that may settle the age-old question, it's too hot or it's too cold. That's coming up in just a moment. Continuing with us after the break, Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Service and Team Bug Out. You can reach Brad and his team for 844-411-TEAM. Also, Chuck Crosby, the owner of the Crosby Law Offices. You can reach him for real estate closings, wills, powers of attorney, and more. His number is 499-6360. And if you're thinking of selling your home now or in the future, I'd love to help you. There's no home too big, no home too small, both Southern Indiana and Kentucky and Louisville area. Love to be able to help you for the free, no obligation meeting. 376-5483, or go to bobsellslouisville.com. And for a free instant analysis of what your home is worth via a computer, go to WeSellLouisville.com. We're back in a moment at News Radio 840 WHAS.